How's it going, everybody? I'm back in Fallout 4, and this time I'm going to be building the exterior walls to this portion of the settlement. So I'm going to be using a lot of Aslam's not workshop decoration pack, Aslam's junk wall pack. And I use this mainly just because this is a really good mod. It lets you build some really interesting walls around your settlements, and you'll see what I mean. You could probably already tell a little bit. It's a lot different compared to the kind of walls that are already in the game, just the base junk walls. So far I've just been using these curved pieces, and along with a new junk wall that was added recently. He updates this mod pretty regularly. I feel like he hasn't added a lot to this specific mod pack for a little while, but he's been working a lot on some of the other mod packs that he manages. So right here I wanted to have a way for people to enter the settlement on this side, but I didn't want to just have like another gate. So I decided that I would leave a portion of this section of the walls open. And I did that by using one of the junk walls that he has. That's a swing set with a bunch of stuff piled on the front. So it kind of looks like it blends in with the wall, although it is open on that other side. So I'm just going to be building this wall from the side of that bus, from the front of that bus, all the way down to the side of this house. And I do plan on building farther out, like towards that house and stuff, but I wanted to section this area off, along with finish the walls on the other side of the settlement, on the other side of the bus, between the bus and the junk car tower. I'm going to be finishing the walls there, and I think that I have an idea for that side of the settlement. Even though I have a wall, I do think that I'm going to do something with that corner between the bus and the junk wall, where I build this wall here in a little bit. But I do plan on building on this side as well, over by the house. So I do plan on rebuilding the house at some point. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to rebuild the house as of yet, but we'll figure that out eventually. But right here, I just wanted to build walls that are regular all the way down to the house. I wanted to fill in that gap a little bit. And I just used some regular looking walls, some of the regular junk fences, all the way down. And I have the water pump here, so I just moved that out of the way. And something else that I'm going to be doing in this video, or not in this video, you'll see it in the tour, I didn't show you guys in the videos. I placed down a lot of like planks and plywood, pallets, shack bridges in the ground to kind of make it look like I have paths through my settlement, so people will know how to get around. It's not necessarily, or it's not something that's necessary, I don't think, but it is something that I think adds detail and does look pretty cool with the finished build. So this is the last portion of this junk wall, and yeah, I thought that this looked pretty good. I was just seeing if it clipped through there. It doesn't. That doesn't look too bad to me. And I just moved that water pump off to the side. And so then I start to just move on to the other side of the junk wall. So over here, I originally was going to try a gate, so I'm having issues again with Place Anywhere. A while back it wasn't working, now it's just causing crashes, but I think it's because I'm starting to get a lot of things here. I've had to lower the build limit, I think, twice now, and it is a smaller settlement, so I'm probably going to start using it a little bit less, and you guys will notice that from here on out, I really don't use it a whole lot, and it's mainly because I was building this side of the wall, it crashed. I was building this side of the wall again, it crashed, and so I was like, all right, I don't want to use a gate. I want to use a door instead of a regular gate. And the longer that I sat here and messed with it, it slowly became this different thing. So probably if I had been able to build it the first time, it probably would have wouldn't have ended up as what it is now, which I think that I'm pleased with what it is now. I'm completely okay with it. But eventually I just used Place Anywhere here. I was trying not to, and yeah, it just was not working for me. So yeah, eventually I finally used Place Anywhere. And so I do use quite a few regular junk fences on this side. Uh, some of the ones that are added in USO, so the taller one, I wanted the junk wall on the right to kind of blend into these lower, smaller junk walls, even though it goes downhill. That's why I use those ones on that side. And then I decided that I was going to use more of those curved pieces, so I wanted to curve this around these trees right here, and I'll get it to work here in a second, but I needed to just lower that pole. But just messing with this a little bit, trying to get it to the right height and then also the right angle so that it looks like it's connected to that right side. And then I use another curved wall to curve it around that to start going towards the junk wall or the junk car tower. And so you can see, I don't think it looks too bad having these next to each other. They do kind of have the same like setup, but one's turned the opposite direction, so you can't tell all that much. And then this is another wall that Aslam recently added. It's just like a bed up on its side. It's got a bunch of junk on the front of it, and then also some barrel or some boxes on this side. And it looks pretty cool. So to continue this off towards the edge of the settlement, I just placed that. And then from here, I go back to the regular junk walls because I pretty much use those to get back down to the side of the junk wall tower. So right here to kind of have a different texture than the rest of it. Also, this is a good piece to use around corners and stuff like that. This is like the original corner piece for me just because I like to connect things to the beams on the sides of junk walls, and that one has beams on like every side of those tires. So no matter what direction I was going in whenever I used to use those, you could pretty much get them to work. And so right here, I'm just trying to get a junk wall that works staying at its height while the hill goes down, or while the walls are going downhill. And so the next junk wall I'm pretty sure that I use is just a regular junk wall. I'm sitting here looking at the tall ones. But yeah, I just went back and I grabbed a shorter one. It has barbed wire on it because the one up above has barbed wire on it. And yeah, we're almost done with this build, actually. Not a whole lot left to do. But this is a pretty extensive process right here. I'm thinking that it's going to work because I got a blue flash at one point. But I realize eventually I'm like, no, this isn't going to work. Get a rug. It'll be way easier. So I just go ahead and try to rug glitch it. And I realize I could easily use Place Anywhere, but at this point, I had already had the game crash quite a few times. And I just didn't really want to mess with Place Anywhere right now. I was getting frustrated using it, so I kind of had given up on it. But yeah, this is just the last piece of the build. I'm trying to figure out here what I want to do. And I was gonna include some of the other stuff I did, but I just go ahead and snap a door onto this. And I just used another one of the steel ones. And yeah, I just get a good look at everything on how I want it to be. And yeah, this is the final tour. As you can see, I added some walkways and stuff like that. But I think that this looks actually really good, in my opinion. I really like this front area. It's got the little sign that says Danger Keep Out. It's got a fireplace. You can see the turret and everything up on the wall from that side as well. And then I thought that these junk walls over here were a good use of space. The height difference between the junk walls isn't too noticeable because it kind of just looks like it goes around, even though they are different heights and then also on different levels. So I really like how that turned out. I thought it turned out pretty well. And it goes around all those trees and everything like that. I have an idea for this area, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to use it yet. If you guys have any ideas for this settlement, please let me know. I'd like to hear what you guys think I should do. Also, if there's anything that you think that I should do anywhere else, I'd like to hear as well. But if we go back to the front, I can show you guys the inside. But right here, yeah, like I said, it's a really smooth wall, I think. And then from here, I think that this looks really good. I really like Aslam's junk wall pack. It's a really good mod. And like I said, I added some walkways and stuff like that. This area is really uneven, so it's kind of hard to get your walkways to look normal. But, oh well, I think that it still looks good. I added some stairs right there to kind of make the walk between the shack bridge I have there and between that shack bridge and the wooden plywood a little smoother. I have some pallets and stuff on this walk over to this door. I added some interesting looking things, like I just kind of made my own little walkway right there out of planks, and then did not use my own walkway that I just made, and so I walked back up it. But I was just trying to make a more interesting way to use that hill as like kind of a walkway or whatever. I really like what I did right when I'm walking down right now and what I have over there. Planks leading up to the doors and stuff, kind of like paths. But I think that that looks really good. That wall I really like how it turned out. It feels really natural. But like I said, I've got planks leading up to the doorway and then a nice smooth wall all the way. And so right there you can see I've got some planks and stuff leading around the settlement. I probably should have continued on towards the other side of the housing or where the housing is or whatever. But like I said, there's the walkway up. And then I wanted to show you guys this over here in the farm as well. That I ended up adding walkways between the paths of the farm. Got some plywood and some planks and boards and shack bridge and stuff like that. Stuff that's just going to make it look a little bit more lived in and stuff. Like they've settled here for a little while, and instead of walking through the mud all the time, they have pallets and planks and stuff for you to walk on. And then the same over here where the like workshop area is. I've just added tons of shack bridges, planks, plywood, stuff like that, so that the area is not just you standing in mud the whole time. But I think that this makes it look a little bit more interesting. Let me know what you guys think of this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.
Ain't looking for trouble, I hope.